It is 2 in the morning. You are staring at the ceiling and your brain is replaying a conversation from 3 years ago, or maybe you are simulating a fight that hasn't even happened yet. You want to stop, but telling your brain to stop thinking is like trying to yell a fire out. But what if the problem isn't that you think too much? What if the problem is how you treat your thoughts? Tonight, we are going to look at the psychology of the overthinking mind and map out a way to find peace without numbing your emotions. The trap of the analytical mind. We live in a culture that rewards problem solving. From the time we are children, we are taught that if something is broken, we need to analyze it until we find a fix. This works beautifully for fixing a car or debugging code. But your mind is not a machine. When we apply this mechanical problem-solving framework to our emotions, things start to break. If you feel a sudden wave of anxiety, your analytical mind immediately treats it as a threat. It asks, "Why am I feeling this? What is wrong with me? What bad thing is about to happen?" This kicks off a loop. Your brain tries to think its way out of a feeling, which only creates more stress, which then fuels more thinking. But here's what most people don't realize. Overthinking is not an excess of intelligence. It is a coping mechanism designed to avoid vulnerability. Understanding the loop. To break this cycle, we have to look at what is happening under the hood. Many psychologists believe that overthinking is actually a form of avoidance. When a difficult emotion arises, like grief, rejection, or fear, it feels uncomfortable in our bodies. It might feel like a heavy chest, a tight throat, or a sinking feeling in your stomach. Because we do not want to sit with that physical discomfort, our brain quickly shifts the energy upward. It takes that raw, physical emotion and turns it into an abstract mental puzzle. It is much easier to analyze the concept of rejection for 3 hours than it is to actually feel the painful sting of being rejected. Your brain thinks it is protecting you. This is where things get interesting. By turning the emotion into a thought loop, you never actually process the original feeling. It gets trapped. And as long as the emotion is trapped, the brain will keep generating thoughts to try and solve it. The illusion of control. There is another reason almost nobody talks about when it comes to why we overthink. We do it because it gives us a false sense of control. Human beings hate uncertainty. We would often prefer a negative certainty over an ambiguous unknown. When you overthink and play out every worst-case scenario, your brain secretly feels like it is preparing for battle. You tell yourself that if you just anticipate every possible failure, you won't be hurt. You believe that worry is the price you pay for safety. But research suggests that this mental rehearsal rarely helps us handle real-world crises any better. Instead, it simply drains our cognitive battery before the event even occurs. You are burning through fuel while parked in your own driveway. The illusion of control keeps you hypervigilant, but it never actually keeps you safe. The cost of numbing. When people realize they are overthinking, their first instinct is usually to try and shut their brain down. They try toxic positivity, forced distractions, or emotional numbing. They tell themselves to just stop caring, or they try to push the thoughts away completely. But emotional suppression has a massive rebound effect. Studies have found that when you actively try to suppress a specific thought or feeling, it actually becomes more frequent and intense. It is known as the ironic process theory. If I tell you right now not to think about a white bear, that white bear is the only thing that will occupy your mind. The same applies to your anxiety or self-doubt. When you ignore your feelings, they do not disappear. They just go underground, mutating into physical tension, irritability, or chronic fatigue. Changing the relationship. So how do we fix this without becoming emotionless robots? The secret lies in changing your relationship to your thoughts, rather than trying to change the thoughts themselves. Right now, you are likely over-identifying with your mind. When a thought says, "You messed up that presentation and everyone thinks you are incompetent," you believe it blindly. You treat the thought as an absolute objective truth. But a thought is just a mental event. It is a passing cloud, not the sky itself. Many psychologists believe that the goal of mental wellness is not to have a completely quiet mind, but to become an objective observer of your mind. But here is a perspective shift that changes everything. You do not have to believe everything you think. Your brain is a prediction machine, and it makes a lot of bad predictions. Practical solutions for a busy mind. Now let us look at how we can put this into practice using actionable, psychologically grounded techniques. These are tools designed to help you process your emotions without letting your thoughts run wild. Technique 1, the 90-second rule. The next time you feel a surge of overthinking, pause and shift your attention entirely away from your story and into your body. Neuroscientists have noted that the physiological lifespan of an emotion, the chemical flush that enters your bloodstream and changes your heart rate, lasts about 90 seconds. If you feel angry or anxious, that chemical wave will naturally crest and dissolve in a minute and a half, provided you do not feed it with more thoughts. When you feel the urge to overthink, set a timer for 90 seconds. Close your eyes and simply feel the physical sensation of the emotion. Is it hot? Is it tight? Where is it located? By focusing on the physical sensation without labeling it as good or bad, you allow the chemical wave to pass through you. You are feeling the emotion, but you are denying it the fuel of overthinking. Technique 2, name it to tame it. When our thoughts are spinning, they often feel like an overwhelming, chaotic fog. We can break this up by using a simple linguistic shift. Instead of saying, "I am going to fail this project," change the sentence to, "I am having the thought that I am going to fail this project." This subtle shift in language creates a psychological buffer between your identity and your cognition. You are no longer trapped inside the thought. You are looking at it from the outside. If the feeling is purely emotional, name the emotion directly. Say to yourself, "There is fear here," or "This is grief." Research suggests that labeling an emotion reduces the activity in the amygdala, the brain's alarm center, and increases activity in the prefrontal cortex, which handles logic and regulation. You are essentially turning down the volume of the panic button just by using accurate words. Technique 3, scheduled worry. Time trying to banish worry completely does not work. Instead, give your brain a dedicated sandbox to play in. Set aside 15 minutes every single day, preferably in the late afternoon, specifically for overthinking. Call it your worry window. During these 15 minutes, you are allowed to worry as catastrophically as you want. Write down every worst-case scenario, every doubt, and every regret. But here is the rule. When the 15 minutes are up, you close the notebook and move on with your day. If an anxious thought pops up at 10 a.m., you gently tell your brain, "That is an interesting point. We will look at that at 4 p.m. during worry time." This works because you are not ignoring your feelings or invalidating your concerns. You are simply setting boundaries with your mind. Over time, this trains your brain to realize that worry is not an emergency that requires immediate attention. The path forward. Breaking the habit of overthinking takes time. Your brain has spent years building these neural pathways, and it will not change overnight. But remember that your mind is not your enemy. It is a protective organ that is simply trying too hard. It creates worst-case scenarios because it wants to keep you alive, not because it wants to keep you miserable. You do not need to fight your thoughts, and you do not need to run away from your feelings. You just need to learn to sit with the discomfort of being human without needing to solve it like a math problem. The next time your mind starts racing, take a deep breath, drop into your body, and let the storm pass. You are the sky, not the weather. If this video helped you understand your mind a little better, please give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what is the one thought your brain loves to replay at 2 a.m.? I read every comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and human behavior. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.